What are you waiting for?
Silence. What's up?
Hi, everyone. It's Em and Liv, and we're your Meta PsycKicks. Oh, that's what you were waiting for. You're waiting for me to talk. I just noticed that on our podcast board that there's a little tiny icon that has a little music note on it, and it was telling us how long there was left for our song. I didn't know that. God. Em's currently watching her chinchos to make sure that they don't kill each other because one of them, she's trying to bond them, right?
Yeah, chinchillas are a territorial species, so when you put them together, they shoot their pee at each other because they're female chinchillas.
On this episode of Metaphysical Wildlife, Em talks about the chinchos and the bonding process. Currently, Bun Bun has a giant weight that is much larger than that of Lola. Lola, however, has age as an advantage. Which one will win? The wiser one or the one with the fat cheeks?
And if you didn't get information from that, I have two. One's name is Bunny and one's name is Lola. But if I start screaming, please ignore it. I have to tell them to stop shooting their pee at each other.
With that cool segue, we're going to be talking about deities. I really want those wah 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 noises. Close enough. So, as a psychic medium, if you guys are new here, Em and I are psychic mediums and twin flames and best friends. What?
When did this happen?
God. When I stopped taking my medication.
God, people are going to think you're serious.
That's okay. You'll just have to listen to the other podcast episodes. You'll get it. So, as a psychic medium, who's been a psychic medium since I was a child, I only thought being a psychic medium was talking to dead people, only human souls. Guys, I was wrong. One day, when Em and I started our journey of Meta PsycKicks, she was like, hey, did you know that there's mediums on TikTok that can talk to deities? And I was like, are you kidding me? That is a load of malarkey. Those people aren't real.
She didn't think that she didn't think that deities didn't exist. She just thought that you couldn't talk to them because they're fucking deities.
Yeah, I feel like that's a one-way telephone. Like, you talk to deities, and then maybe they do something for you, like sprinkle some fairy dust on you, and you, like, don't have eczema anymore. The eczema, you know? But I didn't think that deities would talk to puny, tiny humans. That's not a thing, right? Wrong, guys. I was spiritually spanked. Dude, my butt is still red from that spanking. Are you kidding me?
Do you realize that I have put spiritual spanking on our shorts on YouTube, and now they are ranking for the word spanking? So the stuff that comes up with our videos is quite interesting.
That's the chaotic good that I need from our entire business.
I really don't understand why spanking, the things that come up, are allowed on YouTube, but you know, it is how it is.
It do be how it is, right?
Our videos are next to it. We're very sorry about that. It has nothing to do with actually being spanked.
I'm not sorry about it.
I am.
No, that's like some Gojo type shit where he's like, you want to search
Gojo
for
is
spanking?
probably the reason why it's like that.
Exactly, because it's hilarious. Because it's literally called spiritual spankings. So if someone is looking up spanking and gets spiritual stuff, that is actually a spiritual spanking.
Well, if you guys don't know, Gojo is Liv's spirit guide, her newest spirit guide, who is literally the king of dad jokes. I did a reading for her the other day. I did a tarot reading, and he was like talking to me, which he normally just shows me things because Liv is very clairvoyant, so her spirit guide's very clairvoyant. So he was speaking, and the way that he speaks like a man, but the way that I see him is literally a sky with like hands that come out of the sky. So hearing a man's voice, I was like, who the fuck is that? And he's like, it's me. I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, but you sound so funny. And he was like, well, what do you think I should sound like? And he showed me a picture of when Mufasa dies in The Lion King and he becomes this guy and his deep voice comes out. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought you would sound like.
Wow. I'm glad. I think like when you tell me that, because I don't see him, I mean, I see him as like blue, kind of like this guy, but I also kind of see him as like a person a little bit.
That's why he has a person voice.
Yeah. So I think it's, what was I saying? Oh, I think it's funny that you see hands coming out of the sky, because when you say hands, that makes me think about like Mickey Mouse hands. And
Yes. That's exactly what I see. Like that weird Mickey Mouse thing where it's like a storm and there's fucking Mickey Mouse hands everywhere.
Jesus.
That's what I see.
I literally feel like it's the hands of God coming out of the sky, but add sub Mickey Mouse gloves, and then there's just a giant ho-ho.
AKA your spirit guide that is the king of dad jokes.
Oh, guys, Gojo's not a deity. He's just funny. However, I was spiritually spanked because as a professional medium, which I guess Em says I am now,
You are professional because you do it for a living.
I thought being a professional was, what are you doing? That is my cord.
I can't hear anything.
That's my cord.
Oh, it's not.
You keep touching my stuff.
Well, I'm sorry. It's under it. I can't hear anything. I couldn't hear the music.
Better?
No.
Technical difficulties.
You just keep talking. I'm fine.
Okay. So, what was I talking about? Deities.
Yeah.
Oh, being a professional. Guys, I guess the definition of being a professional is doing things for money. However, I thought the definition of a professional was somebody that was doing something not for money, but because they were good at it. And then you got paid for it as like an afterthought, you know? I thought you had to be good at something to be a professional. And Em's like, no, sweetheart. That is an expert. A professional just gets paid for things. So with that being said, would you think that I'm an expert medium, an expert professional medium? Come on, just toast my ego a little bit as a Leo.
You telling me about the word expert is exactly like telling me what is good and evil. I don't have an answer for you.
That is the most Virgo shit I've ever heard.
There is no such thing as an expert.
I'm going to export size you.
I can tell you what other people think an expert is, but what the fuck is an expert?
Oh, guys, I'm not an expert, but I guess I'm a professional. Anyways.
Or a towel. Sorry. Deities.
As a professional medium, someone who can connect to souls of past loved ones, I didn't think that deities would talk to me. But since I am now a professional, I'm just going to keep saying it because I think it's really funny. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Can I put that on my resume?
You're a professional medium?
Yes.
I would probably put something better like a content creator or a business owner or an entrepreneur. But also, what do you need a resume? You're going to do this for the rest of your life?
Oh. What if I do it for the rest of my afterlife, too?
I don't think you need a resume for your afterlife either.
What if you do, though? Guys, I'm not prepared.
You know how many lives we've had?
Is there a prep school for this? Is there a prep school for when you die? Do I have to go there with my resume? Does it have to have a cover letter? Do I need to have, like, the projects that I've done?
Is that what a soul contract is? No, you know it's right. Don't even think about it.
I don't know. I think a soul contract is more of like, hey, guys, this is this cool story. I don't think it's a resume, though.
It tells you where you've been. So does a resume.
But, okay.
Your experiences.
Resumes have to be one page,
Deities.
right?
Talk about deities.
Resumes have to be one page, right? A soul contract is so big. What if they don't want to read it?
They don't have to be one page.
You told me that resumes have to be one page.
Because you don't have enough experience for them to turn the page.
So then am I not a professional?
You just don't have how old? How many jobs have you had?
I'm 2.5 years old.
Okay, deities.
So as a professional medium, I talk to the souls of departed humans and animals for a somewhat living. And I was talking to a client one day, a couple weeks after Em told me that other mediums can talk to deities or deities talk to them. And I was like, that is a load of bull crap. And those people are phonies. When I sat down for a client reading and all of a sudden this guy popped in and he looked like a spirit guide. If you don't know, everybody has spirit guides. You have one or more. We're just going to keep saying that because everyone loves to ask it. And if you're new here, you need to know. But I'm thinking, okay, this guy doesn't look like a human soul. However, he's on the right side of my body, which signifies that he should be in spirit or heaven or some sort of spiritual realm. He's not physically doing things here technically. So he's not a soul or a spirit guide, but like, I don't understand. So instead of trying to parlay with my mind, I just told my client, I said, hey, there's this person here. or being, I should say, because he has like a black jumpsuit on, like one of those slinky suits, like those people that run around really fast or like do things at like marching band things. I don't know. I was a marching band nerd. Like football games, people who wear their body suits.
Yeah, I think people know what a bodysuit is.
Well, sometimes people are like, well, I don't know. You know those things on
his entire body was encased in a slinky that was black. You're welcome.
I think it made him run really fast too. Maybe that's why he wears it. Anyways, okay. So, I've had coffee, guys. I'm sorry. So, he has a slinky black suit, and he has this giant wooden mask, and it's oval. It's like, what is
Long and oval.
Yeah, vertically ovular. And there's all of these like cut off straw things coming out the sides, and he gave me like very orange, very yellow, very red vibes. And I'm like, okay. And he started like dancing around, and he showed me roses and some sort of like song. I don't know, something ritualistic kind of. And then this other spirit came forward too, and he looked exactly like the first one, only instead of being yellow, orange, and red with that mask, he had the same black bodysuit, but his mask was blue and white, and his facial features were different for the mask at least. And I'm like, okay. And his energy was very different too. It was much more smooth and quiet and like nighttime. The other one was like daytime. The other one's like nighttime. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like moon, water, wavy kind of feeling. So long story short, I asked my client, I say, hey, there are these two spirits here for you. They feel kind of like spirit guides to me because they're not human souls, I don't think. But like, do you know who this is? And this is what they're talking about. And my client lost her shiznit. She was like, oh my gosh, I'm Filipino and I've been really trying to get back to my cultural heritage and connect with all of that super awesome stuff. And I had a, I don't know, ceremony. She had a little tiny ceremony ritual thing for herself and for her gods. And the two gods that she was having this ritual for or ceremony involved dancing and roses. And it was for the sun god, Apolaki, one of the Filipino gods. And he literally stepped forward and was like, I see you. You're cool. Your ancestors should be proud, and they are proud, and I'm proud of you. Thank you for connecting to your heritage and doing your ritual for us or for me. It was great. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so she calls me and starts shitting her pants, and I was like, well, yeah, I told you could talk to Deities.
Guys,
so I don't understand your excitement. Isn't this something that you can do?
Biggest loser forehead of all times. I was like, goodness gracious, I am the biggest jerk. I was so wrong. Also, a deity talked to me. Absolute lost my shiz.
What did he tell you, though? Didn't he tell you about the refrigerator?
Okay, so my client has a dog, and she was asking me after we talked to her deities and family members and a couple ancestors, because she has one ancestor who's Filipino as well, and he's kind of like a warrior protector person for her, separate from her spirit guides, but ancestrally and culturally is a protector for her. And she says, my dog goes into the kitchen at night and like stares at the refrigerator. And I was asking her dog, and I was like, you're not scared of anything, are you? And he's like, no, there's this man. Apolaki comes in again, and he's like, refrigerators are so cool. He literally stands and looks into the refrigerator, and the dog sees him. It's wild.
Does the refrigerator open?
Yes.
No, like physically.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't think so.
Because that would be hilarious.
That's how I saw it in my mind, but I don't think she sees it like that. But he was showing me, like, the light is really cool. The refrigerator opens to the left. Like,
it's like, dear God, humans put things in a refrigerator to eat.
Yeah.
The most, like, human thing you could ever see. A fucking refrigerator. It's literally like in The Little Mermaid, where she has a fork and she's like, oh my God, look at this fork. It's great. I'm going to brush my hair with it.
And call it a dingle hopper.
That's literally what it's like to me.
It was so cool. And there was also another deity or goddess for my client as well. And she was the moon goddess, one of the Filipino moon goddesses. And she was really cool. I saw like a dark purple, and it's kind of misty with like a little bit of like glittery stardust in it. And she was showing me a silhouette of a woman. I couldn't really tell you what she would look like. She didn't have masks like the other two deities. And it was like she was walking through a forest at night and you could see the moon shining through the trees, but it wasn't a forest like where we live in the US. It was definitely more of like a rainforest type thing, kind of jungly, if that makes sense. So it was just absolutely humbling and very, very much a spiritual spanking for me.
That's what I see.
Ah.
She was telling me that Liv wouldn't be able to see her because that's not the kind of spirit that usually comes in for her. Spirits like her usually come in for me because if we're twin flames, I usually pick up the darker kind of entities, beings, spirits. And also, she's the moon goddess, but she's also female. Those are the types of spirits that I am better equipped to talk to. She has, like, darker skin, but she has, like, white hair. It's like, I'm showing her a picture, but it's a little bit shorter than this. It, like, comes here, like, right at the edge of her jawline.
But yeah, there's purple on stars. That makes so much sense. And what's her name?
Her name is Mayari, Mayari, Mayari.
And she's
the moon goddess, the Philippine moon goddess.
It's awesome. So, guys.
You also saw a blue guy, though. The guy with the blue face.
I don't know who he is, though.
I know, but who? Didn't he have a name?
I don't remember.
Oh, got you. I thought she told you what his name was.
She might have at one point. I could look in my emails, but it was really cool. So I was completely wrong. Deities do talk to us, and they appreciate the rituals and things that you do for them, because that's literally why Apalaki stepped forward. And when my client asked about the moon goddess, who was also important to her, she stepped forward too. But again, it was in a very different way. It was a very feminine, passive, powerful energy, which again, like Em said, isn't something that I'm more comfortable with. We're twin flames, and it seems characteristically that I'm more equipped.
You pull the male spirits out of things, and I will pull the female spirits.
Yes. 100%.
Which is really strange. And I had a spirit tell me that was how it was. Because I was reading someone's spirit guide, and I was like, I don't understand why we don't see the same spirit guides. I see this female spirit guide, and Liv's seeing this weird male spirit guide. And the woman that I was talking to was saying, like, because you're the opposite of each other. She pulls the male spirits out, you pull the female spirits out, because you're the dark side of the yin and yang. And I was like, oh, God.
And I think it's funny when Em said that to me, because I was thinking about it for a week or two, because I started picking up on the patterns too.
That I was picking out because I did not pick up on the patterns. I was just like, there's something wrong with me, guys.
Oh, I should have said something. That's usually how it goes. Whatever.
It's because I don't have enough experience. I don't know what I'm doing. So spirits explain to me what I'm doing, because I don't fucking know. I've been doing this for a year.
It's so cute.
But yeah, I have stories. I researched the gods. Okay. So Apalaki is the sun god, but he also is the god of war. So he watches over like modern day warriors. So like police force, firefighters, martial artists, like people that are putting themselves on the front lines to help other people. That is what he is the god of. But I have a very specific story.
Oh, I forgot Grumbly Dad.
Yeah, there's a very specific story. When I was reading and researching it, his spirit was telling me it's not true. Like, this didn't actually happen, but it's kind of like an origin story to help humans kind of understand what I do and how things work in the universe. But Bathala is supposedly his dad. He is the creator of the world. And Liv said that she can talk to him. To me, he sounds like a low hum in like a hollow space.
To me, he sounds like tectonic plates moving across one another. Like rocks grinding together into a voice.
That's fun.
Yeah. But I just see green and brown. He's more of like a feeling. You know how we were doing that reading for the girl yesterday? Guys, we had a tarot reading and we read the tarot reader. It was great. Anyways, she was explaining to me about how one of her spirit guides helps with confidence, and she has this sort of feeling in her chest. And I said, is it like when you listen to really loud music and the bass is bumping and you can physically feel it within like your chest cavity? She goes, yeah. Bathala has the same sort of feeling, only it's much more grounding. Almost like
an old fan.
Yes.
I see him as an old man.
Yeah.
In a toga-looking thing.
Oh, that's funny. I don't think he'd wear a toga, but whatever.
Yeah, he's got white hair.
That's funny.
And he has like an old man voice. If he was big, scary Mufasa Sky Man, that's what it would sound like. But it's like an older man voice,
like Zeus from Hercules.
Yeah,
because he has big white eyebrows.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. But Apalaki has a sister named Mayari, and they both were the like sons of the earth. And when I say that, I mean like the light of the earth. The light pierced through their eyes. And one day, Bethala died, like his reign came to an end. And Apalaki immediately was like, I need to take my father's spot because I'm the man. I'm supposed to be in charge of these things. So I need to take his spot and rule the earth. So Mayari, his sister, also had the same opinion. She was like, it doesn't mean anything that you're a man. Like, I can do it too. So they ended up having a big fight, which ended up blinding Mayari. Well, blinding her in one eye. And when this happened, Apalaki was so overwhelmed with grief that he decided that it would be best if they ruled the earth together. So that's why we have the day and night cycle. So Apalaki rules the daytime with the sun piercing through his eyes, and Mayari rules the nighttime with the light piercing through one eye, which is why the moon isn't as bright. But that is their origin story.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
But you said Apalaki says it's not entirely true.
Yeah, it's not. It's he likes to, you know how superheroes have origin stories? It's very much like that's the origin story that humans came up for him. But I feel like he's just one of the workers of the sun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because we have the video where we talk about the sun.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, we tried to talk to the sun itself in one of our bonus Patreon videos. So if you guys want to see that video, join Patreon. But we have figured out that the sun isn't just one thing. It is a being itself, but at the same time, there are people or beings that work for the sun, and Apalaki is one of them.
Yeah, so if you have like all of the different sun gods or all of the different moon gods, it's not that they are the sun or the moon. It's like they're the worker bees for the larger being, which is the sun or the moon. Just so cool.
Yeah, like they're not the rulers. They work for them.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people think that the sun is because of these gods and goddesses, but the sun is a being itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a higher being than a god would be.
Which is super cool. So, you guys like Celtic lore? Because that's what we're going to talk about next. I'm all about Celtic lore. I really just like deities and gods in general. I'm so excited to redo my house. I didn't know that people had like shrines for things. I love when our followers talk about their shrines that they have for people.
Their altars?
Altars, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, altars, shrines, I don't know. I'm a non-religious pickle. I'm literally a gherkin in a jar of life, and I know nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I'm sorry if I say things that are offensive. And
so what are you saying? You're trying to like make an altar for things?
I want to put like, I really like Freya. That's who we're going to talk about next. I feel like Freya's really cool. I really like Athena a lot too. I think it would be funny
Are there gods and goddesses around you? Sorry.
I have no idea.
You asked for it. Is there gods and goddesses around me?
So I feel like I have female goddesses around me. I feel like there's male gods around you. And I know that's the opposite of what you would think it would be because you talk to female goddesses and I don't, but I think it's that other same but different opposite switch shit.
Then who's around me? What?
I don't know if I want to say this on the podcast. It's weird. Why do we have to talk about this now? Why do you got to throw loops for me?
Because it makes it genuine.
Okay.
When you read on podcast.
The first thing that pops up to me is like Hades.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does it to you?
I am the dark part of our soul.
But, like, you're not bad, because he's not bad.
Is Hades supposed to be bad?
People think that Hades is bad. Do you know that?
I don't know what bad is, Liv.
Exactly. You always say that there isn't no good or evil.
I haven't looked up Hades.
Hades just the person that deals in the underworld.
I know. But there's, like, things that Hades, like, helps people with. But I don't know what that is.
It's probably good and evil because lots of people think he's bad, and he's not bad. He's like, there is no good or bad. It's just what you always say.
I mean, I know. I'm the dark part of our soul, so it makes sense that Hades is one of them. Is Athena around me?
I think Athena's around me.
Because I feel her presence. I know that makes no sense.
Yeah. I feel like she's in between us,
It's
but
like,
she's on my left-hand side because we switched sides on the couch today. Do you feel her to your right?
Yeah, she's like a powerful wind in, like, eagles.
Uh-huh.
Which is interesting. But, yeah, it makes sense that darker things would be attracted to me. And it also makes sense that they're male because I wouldn't be able to talk to them as well. So those are the things that are going to help me the most.
And female are the things that are going to help me the most and why I can't talk to them.
Yeah. Well, who else is around you? Is it Demeter?
Ah.
What does Demeter do?
Demeter is the harvest and wilderness, I believe.
Sorry, I'm looking at God and Goddess's names, and that's the one that bothers me.
Yeah. I've always felt drawn to Demeter as well. I think she's also part of the hunt, maybe. Like, having, when it comes to, like, hunting things, being gracious of the things that you kill in order to survive.
Got you.
Yeah, which is another thing that I'm very, very feel connected to, or at least respectful of. I also feel like there's a big giant tree person behind you too, like a giant man tree.
He's been there a while.
Yeah.
I see him.
Okay.
I literally...
But he deals with, like, knowledge, but he shows me roots into the ground, and it's like the knowledge that's hidden behind things that people don't want to have to dig up. But it's
he's
important.
different. One of my past lives has this tree spirit guide. He's different.
Yeah, he's different from that one. This one is like an actual god, like the tree
Does
of
he have
life
a face?
type thing. Yes.
Okay, I fucking saw him physically in my kitchen.
Disgusting.
And I was like, I don't know if that's what Liv was seeing for my spirit guide, but he has a different energy. And I fucking saw a tree in my house. And he was like, chill out. Just, like, wait. Like, don't freak out. It's fine.
Yeah. No,
There's a fucking tree in my kitchen.
Yeah. I feel like he's a huge tree.
Well,
like,
yes.
The diameter of his trunk is, like, as big around as your house.
Okay, but I saw a smaller version of him, but he was, like, tall enough to go through the ceiling of my house.
Ah.
Because obviously I wouldn't be able to see him if he was that big.
Yeah, he tells me he deals with old knowledge, but he's different than the little thing that was talking to you, the other smaller tree.
Yeah, because I was about to do something stupid, and he was like, no, chill the fuck out. You're going to wait until you're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Does anybody know if there's a tree god, a male tree god? I don't know.
I don't even know how to look that up. Because most gods are human-esque.
He might be a Celtic tree god.
Is that a thing?
Maybe that's...
But, like, are the Celtic tree gods human-esque, or are they trees?
I don't know anything about that. I just know that the Celts really like trees, and so do I. But I feel like there is a male tree god. But it also might be why you like to throw your cards in the way that you do.
Uh-huh. Hold on. Just give me a second.
She's
here.
looking up Celtic tree god. This is not how I thought this pod. Yes!
I looked it up, and the first thing that comes up is a guy's face in a tree, and the, like, roots are in the Celtic knot type.
And he's
looking
laughing.
Things.
Can you hear it?
That's what that was in my fucking kitchen, Liv.
What's his name? Look it up. That is exactly what I see.
So I don't know.
Of course it's in Pinterest.
Can't look up shit on Pinterest. Okay, hold on. Is it this? I don't know how to say that.
Let me see.
Because
Hang
C's
on.
are weird in Celtic things.
Give me 1 second. Okay, so his name is Cernunnos, Cernunnos. And I just saw something and it said that he's the leader of light and dark.
Of course it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so now that you said something, I think I can talk to Hades. Hades is telling me that he's there because, well, I have a huge issue with men. I am highly afraid of men. So first off, he's like, if I met you on the streets, you would be fucking terrified of me. That is one of the reasons why I'm here, is because I'm going to help you get over that. But the main reason is I'm going to show you your shadows, and you're going to learn how to process and deal with them. And that's why he's here with me, because I have a lot of shadows. And then the tree guy, I think the tree guy just gives me knowledge. Like, he is the bridge. He is the bridge between here and the other side.
He holds the knowledge of your past lives, too.
Yes, because I am getting, that's why he showed up in the middle of my fucking kitchen, is because he's there. You guys don't know, I'm about to go through a spiritual awakening, and it's like very important that I do things in a very specific manner. So when I'm about to open my mouth to fuck it up, I have about 10 spirits being like, no, stop. What are you doing? Stop.
It's not just because the kitchen is the highlight of the home.
Wow. I like how the kitchen is like the detail that you're focusing. There was a fucking tree in my kitchen.
It's not because you have oak cabinetry.
Jesus Christ.
No. Cernunnos.
Cernunnos.
No Jesus. Not at least right now.
Well.
Or maybe always Jesus.
Glad I saw him, because I would think you were crazy.
That's funny. Yeah, those are the two that I see right now. So, let's talk about Freya. Guys, bringing it back to being a professional. Because clearly we're professionals.
Yeah, or something.
Or
something.
That should just be what's on our resume. Professional or something.
Or something.
Asterisk. The tiny print underneath it.
Your job title should just be, you talk to dead people. That should be the description. Talk to dead people. 6 cents.
Technically, they talk to me.
Dead people talk to me. Well, it sounds better if you talk to them initiative. You know, I wouldn't hire you if dead people talk to you. You have to talk to them. Self-starter, you know, all those toxic words.
You think I could be like a dead person salesman? Hey, you want to buy some watches?
Yeah, that's what you would be applying to.
I know time and space means nothing to you, but this one's shiny.
Oh, God.
You think they make watches in the underworld / spirit realm that no matter where
you're gonna sell?
Are?
I like your opinion of salespeople in big coats selling watches on the street. That is what salespeople are to live.
I was like, salespeople don't have to be good at talking, communicating, or the English language or punctuation. They just need to be good at selling things.
Yes.
So if I could sell things to dead people, actual souls, I would be hired.
Yeah.
Look out, capitalism. Here I come.
Except those souls know everything about you and they know when you're lying. Don't, wait.
Wrong.
Is it doing it? I
No.
can't hear anything.
No.
There we go. This one.
No, it's this one.
No, scary. I can only hear half the buttons, I'll have you know. Yeah.
As professionals, Em and I were doing a tarot versus psychic medium reading, which is cool. It's where I talk to the souls around you, and Em pulls tarot cards for you because your spirit guides pull them for you. And it's
your
really
spirit
cool.
guides give me shit about it. Shit about me. While I wait for Liv to stop talking.
It's cool. I talk about things that Em's already pulling cards for. Em pulls cards for things that I'm talking about. It's a good time. So, doing a reading for a client, and we saw spirit guides for her. Em, I think you should tell this one. I've been talking too much. You tell it better.
I don't know how to tell it because it happened to you first.
It did not happen to me first. You were there.
Yeah, you were reading this girl, and she had a spirit guide as a tree and a spirit guide as Freya.
But we didn't know that it was Freya until after she pulled a tarot card.
No, you knew that it was Freya.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't remember this. This is why you have to tell it. I block things out.
I only listened to half of the things you were talking about.
I remember tree spirit, acorns on the windowsill. That's the tree spirit talking to our client as affirmation, because oak trees are very important to Celtic religion and things. And our client was super, super connected to Celtic religion and things. And then this woman stepped forward because the client that we were talking to had spirit cats following her. And I was very confused because the cats were very much in spirit, but my client had not owned cats. However, she liked cats. And we got
They
on
were
to
Shinigami cats.
They were literal spirit guides sent from Freya herself.
Your spiritual beings.
To protect this woman.
Were the cats her spirit guide or Freya?
Both. Freya sent the cats on behalf of her to help guide this woman.
Okay.
Yes. So, like, when you're a goddess, you got to have people that help you, right? The beings that she sends to people to get, like, intel on their lives are the cats. The cats are the one that report back to Freya and give, like, it's like that. Yes. So that's why Freya had the cats around this woman, and the woman's like, I have no dead cats. And I was like, they're spirit cats. And then I see this woman with long hair, and we start talking about Freya, and I forgot the whole thing about Freya with the whatevers, because Em didn't know that Freya...
You literally started explaining, I see this woman in this chariot, and there's two cats fucking pulling the chariot, and I pick up the card that's on the table. That is literally a picture of that, and I give it to Liv, and I'm like, you mean like this?
And Freya's like, bingo. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because when we do readings, I only listen to you when they tell me to listen to you.
Ditto.
Because I'm talking to other beings, so they only want me to listen to you when you have something important to say.
Ditto. Ditto.
I don't know what happened before you picked up this card and was like, oh my god, I'm seeing fucking cats pulling a chariot. And I was like, oh, you mean like this card right here?
If you don't know anything about Freya, she's a Celtic goddess of marriage and fertility and other things, I presume. And she is a beautiful woman that is pulled by a chariot of cats. Mm-hmm. And this woman is very connected to Freya, and Freya's like, girl, I got you.
Yeah, but it's crazy because I have symbols for what animals are, because I don't... Liv has like sides, like her spirit side and her physical side. I get those as well, but they're very confusing for me because I don't just see things, I mostly hear them. And I have signs and symbols about explaining what animals are, because you can talk to living animals versus spirit animals versus like spiritual being animals. So for her cats, for spiritual beings, I get like an insignia on their forehead. It kind of looks like a Sharingan mixed with a couple different things, but specifically for her cats, they have like, I think it's winning and waning moons. So like crescent moons, but they face the opposite directions. And there's a black cat and a white cat, and their moons are opposite.
Yeah.
But it's really weird.
It's not even just weird that we're talking to a deity. For me, okay, this is the layers of weirdness. One, did not think that deities would talk to humans, let alone me as a medium. Spanked. Completely wrong. Whoa. It happens. People are like, do the deities know what I'm talking about?
Fuck yeah, they do.
Of course. Also spiritually spanked. Next layer of weirdness. Third layer of weirdness is like, I'm a big nerd. That's why I don't have friends except for Emily.
Whoa.
And Greek mythology, and like creation stories, all of the religious things like that. They get me going. Guys, I loved my world religions class. I would go there every day.
Me too.
And just sit and listen to my teacher. It was storybook time. I absolutely loved it. It was great.
Because all of the religions are just interpretations of the same thing.
Yes, but they're all valid. So, like, as a person, when you grow up in high school, you're like, Demeter sounds so cool. Like, you're reading Percy Jackson. You're reading, like, the Odyssey. You're reading all these cool things, and you're like, do these things actually exist? And they do. I didn't think that, like, Freya existed. You wouldn't think that, like, Odin would exist, or Thor.
You think Santa exists.
Santa does exist. I'm just telling you this right now.
We literally had a troll in one of our TikTok lives, and I said that. And he was like, you guys must be fake. You believe in Santa.
I believe in Santa. Can I go on a little rant about Santa since it's actually December?
I brought it up for a fucking reason, did I not? You should also talk to my tree.
Feliz
as a
Navidad.
side note.
Feliz Navidad, guys. Okay, so Jesus is cool, but Santa is also cool. So, Christmas time. I love Santa Claus. I think it's great. I have a grandmother that is Greek. I am not Greek. She's a step-grandmother. So my mother, as a child, used to, since her parents are divorced, hashtag divorced families, she used to go to Greece to visit her dad every year. And one time when they were doing expensive rich people things, because that side of the family is well-to-do, I guess, they got, like, marooned on an island, kind of, because their boat ran out of gas when they were going through the little tiny islands of Greece, and they had to wait for another boat to come and bring them gas to get them back to the mainland. And while they were stuck on one of these islands, my mom and my uncle came across this big giant slab, and they were with one of the boatsmen that speaks Greek, and engraved on the slab was a story about Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Literally in Greece, there was a stone slab with a story about Santa. So my parents and my mom and my uncle asked him, I said, oh, what does this mean? And he goes, well, people used to live on this island, but they don't anymore. This is this story. He goes, I can translate it for you, but I think it's the same idea of what you guys call Santa Claus. So basically, it was a story about a man that lived in the village, and around for Christmas time, as a person, he was a shoemaker. So he would make shoes.
St. Nicholas, and you leave your shoes out, right?
Yes.
Yep. I figured out in the second grade that you're supposed to leave your shoes out at school, and my mom was like, oh, now you have to fill your fucking shoes with candy.
So he was a shoemaker in town, and around Christmas time, people would be sad, or like the children that didn't have toys, he would make toys for them and leave them in their houses in their shoes. And they called him the equivalent of Saint Nick. Mm-hmm. And this was in Greece, but he was a person. Yeah. So if souls exist and people exist and then people die.
Talk to Santa.
I don't think I can do that.
You can.
No, I can't. I'm too scared. That would be like if I met like.
I was like, I can see him. You can see him.
No, that would be like.
He's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, because there's been a whole bunch of people like him. Maybe he's been reincarnated a whole bunch of times. But guys, Santa exists. That's all I'm telling you about. If Freya exists, you can't tell me Santa doesn't exist.
Is there a spirit around him that, like, makes it happen?
I don't know. It's the miracle of Christmas.
I see, like, a gold sparkly thing.
Yes!
What is that?
I don't know. I'm too excited. It's like when you go meet someone famous and then you fake and start crying at the same time.
Oh my God.
I can't do it.
Can you also talk to... I cut down a tree and I was like emotionally compromised because I cut down a fucking tree. Can you talk to him? He's great.
Oh, your tree upstairs.
Yeah.
He's really funny.
Is he?
Yeah. He gives me like chubby boy vibes.
So before I even cut down this tree, like the day before, I was like very concerned because I don't want to kill a tree. And this tree was like, you're going to pick me. It's very important that you pick me because I'm going to teach you things about love, even though I'm a fucking tree. And we go to the tree farm and we go with my boyfriend because that's like his tradition or whatever. And his family's like, we should pick this really, really fat tree. And I was like, this tree keeps psychically telling me that it does not want to be cut down. Like, fuck you guys. It's not, I'm not coming home with you. It's a different tree than the one that I got. And his family just continued to look at me and was like, why not this tree? And I was like, it doesn't want to come home, but I can't tell you that.
Because you'll think I'm crazy.
You'll think I'm crazy. So we come home with the tree that was talking to me before we even got there. And I was, like, upset because I cut down this tree, and it was literally like, you shouldn't be sad because I am so excited that I'm going to get to be a Christmas tree because you're going to doll me up, and it's going to be fucking great.
Yeah, it's cute. That's why when people, like, we have a TikTok video that went viral, and people were really upset about it because I was talking to a tree, and we were sitting in a hammock that was attached to the tree, and they're like, does he like having nails drilled through him? And I'm like, trees don't have, it's like fairies. their perception of the world and their emotions toward things are different. It's not human. It's like when people use the word anthropomorphizing, which is giving human emotions to animals. It's like you're tree pomorphizing.
Yeah, but if you wanted to do that, you fucking do it to your own body by piercing your ears. How the fuck is it even any different?
Well, also trees exist to give life and happiness.
Yeah, trees are homes for a lot of things.
So if your tree's destiny is to be a Christmas tree, then I'm sure a tree would know that more than a human.
If it incarnated in a fucking tree farm, I think that's the goal for them.
He gives me Choji vibes.
Choji? Yeah, he does.
Like eating chips.
But he's like really like happily excited about things.
But when he talks to you, his mouth is full and there's things coming out of it.
And he doesn't have eyes. They're just like slits. You know how when things eat things and they're like happy and frowny face upward eye things. You know what I'm saying?
Chubby cheeks.
They're just really cute.
Yeah, he's cute. I'm about it. It's fine.
What were we talking about?
Freya. We were talking about the layers of oddness that deities exist and that everyone's religion is valid. So, it's interesting.
Freya gave me shit because I have not memorized tarot cards and I use a sheet of paper to tell me about them.
She refuses to memorize them because she's like, I don't read them anyways. I just listen to what the souls tell me about them. And I said,
that's a lot of pressure.
Well, I said, exactly. That's literally Freya called Em out in our reading, was like, take that paper away from her. She's so stupid. She's being so dumb right now. She does not need it.
That was one of the first readings I had.
That is true.
So I was like, I was ego reading her. I'm sorry. For the most of the time I was ego reading her. I was like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever did. And Freya was coming in and was like, you're correct. Because you're not listening to me.
Yeah. You don't need the paper. And she still doesn't listen. You guys need to spam Em and tell her that she doesn't need her training wheels.
I don't use the paper the same way anymore.
Yeah, but you just don't need it at
all. I know that
Liv
thinks that I don't need it at all, but I don't. I need words.
Don't think that you need it. Freya doesn't think you need it.
Still not?
A literal goddess. Don't displease the gods.
Well, you want another goddess to talk about?
Yeah.
Hecate.
Oh, yeah. All right. Hecate. So we were doing a live, and this girl that was watching our live, really cool person, they, them, I don't know. Maybe you were a dude. Doesn't matter.
We can't tell. I mean, we can't tell by your username.
No. But they were talking about how they wanted to know if the shrines that they had for their deities or gods that they like to worship liked their shrine. And I said, okay, I'm seeing a black and white kitten, and I am seeing two women. One of them has long, like, brownish hair, maybe red, and she has much more, like, happy, positive kind of like, it wasn't even happy, positive. It was kind of like the same type of feminine, quiet energy, like Mayari, but more pink than purple, and like pink and gold, and a little bit of like darker hues to it. And then the other woman was wearing dark clothes with dark hair that was long, and she had like 3 heads. Because I saw that.
Wait, who is that one? Sorry.
Hecate.
Oh, okay, it is. Because that's how she's, like, presented. And
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if you told me that or not.
Well, I thought it was weird because she showed me one face. She goes, but people say I have 3.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's interesting. She's like, so I'm just going to show you one because I know 3 would be weird. And then she wanted to talk about the little black and white cat. And I'm like, that's interesting because she's like helping this cat, this person's cat, like learn things, kind of, because animals are very perceptive to spirits, especially cats. Cats are very spiritual, I've come to find. And it was just interesting. So I told the person on TikTok this, and she goes, oh my gosh, that's crazy. She's like, the shrines that I have or the altars are for Persephone and Hecate. And guess what her kitten's name was? Say it.
Hades. Which Hades is the
god of the underworld and is married to Persephone.
Marriage.
They're together. They do the
I'm
life
asking
thing.
I'm asking her why there's 3 of them, and she says it deals with the phases of the moon. Like the 2 crescent moons and the full moon.
Ah.
But because I was asking her, there is a rule of 3 in witchcraft because Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft and spells. And the rule of 3 is anything you put into the universe will come back threefold. So I was wondering if it's also that.
Yeah, well, she was telling me that it doesn't just have to do with the moon. It has to do with emotions and how the world works.
Because that's what the moon is.
Oh, phases.
Moon is, it's phases and emotions.
And changes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's telling me that there's balance in it, too.
Push and pull.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, she speaks very slowly.
She speaks like water.
I see it like smoke, like long, dark smoke that goes very slowly. That's how she speaks to me.
She's like a dark, like night breeze over water.
It's cool. But guys, it's wild. So if you have any shrines or altars or rituals or you go to church, the gods hear you. Whoever it is that you're praying to or talking to, whatever. It is absolutely crazy. Oh, this isn't even gods, though. So I was talking to a client. She was really, really cute. And her 3 aunts came in that had passed, human souls. And she had like little things from each of them to remember them by. And she called it like an altar. However, her aunts were very Christian. Christian or Catholic? I think it's Christian. They're telling me Christian. They are so cute. I love them. They look like the girls from the vases in Hercules.
Yeah.
They're like that. But imagine 3 black ants going to church all dressed up. Like the gloves, the hats, the whole 9 yards.
That's cute.
They're so cute. So she's like, I want to know if they like their like altar. And I started talking about the things that she had for each of them. One of them was like a lace doily. Another one was like a photo. Another was something different. And they were like, yeah, we like it. It's really cute. And I thought it was interesting because they were so accepting of her having something that was different because they were all Christian. So, I mean, I don't think having stuff like that is cool in Christian religion, right?
What, having altars for different things?
Altars for people that have passed.
I have not heard of it, but I'm Catholic. I'm a divination of Christianity. But usually you don't have altars for things that aren't your God. Because that would be
weird, right?
That's like against their religion.
Yeah.
Is you can't worship things that are not your God.
Interesting.
So
well, she's not worshiping them. She just wants to remember them, but she called it like an altar kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's also talking to you, which would be against her religion as well.
That is true. And the ants were talking. Well, there was actually 4 ants. One of the ants refused to talk to me because she did not believe in what I did.
Yeah.
However, the other 3 ants
talked for her.
An absolute hoot. They were so cute. So she was talking about the altar and how she kind of tries to spend time with her aunts sometimes or think about them. So because of COVID, they haven't been able to go to church. And she goes, so I kind of want to be able to go to church with my aunts like I used to. So I read the Bible to them every Sunday like it's church. And I kind of try to do like my own sermon for them.
That's cute.
And the only thing they had to say was that when she sings, she needs to sing louder. Isn't that adorable?
Wow.
Oh, and they all started singing and dancing. Ugh. They were like had their hands up, the whole like praise Jesus thing.
Jesus Christ.
Literally Jesus Christ.
Your
It was so cute. And they were in spirit doing this. And my client just started laughing. She goes, yeah, I don't think my singing's very good. So when I sing, I kind of don't sing very loud. And they're like, no, you got to do it. You got to do it like
scream it from the heaven.
Yeah, you got to put the love into your voice. Oh, it was so cute. I absolutely adored it. If I go to church, I want to go to church like that.
You're funny.
So,
next god, Apollo. Do you want to do Apollo or do you want to do the tree spirits?
Apollo was wearing cool socks. Apollo's funny. I talked to Apollo. I talked to Dionysus. Who else did I talk to?
Do one more.
Which
Push
one?
You to either Dionysus or a tree spirit. We kind of did tree spirits. Do Dionysus.
Dionysus is hilarious. All right. So we have a patron. She's great. Super cool person. She's cool with Dionysus. And I'm like, okay, let's see if I can talk to Dionysus. No guarantees, because you know, if they don't want to show up, they don't want to show up. That's how mediumship works. I don't control it. I just put the telephone out there. If they want to pick up, great. If not, I need another quarter. So
Jesus Christ.
So this guy comes in, and I think I was reading one of the Percy Jackson books when I was little, and for whatever reason, Dionysus in the book maybe, or whatever my mind made up while I was reading about Dionysus at some point, made me think that he was like this short little chubby dude that like floats around on a cloud with grapevines and just throws back wine all the time. And so the spirit steps forward, and he's like, you need to stop thinking of me like that, because that is not what I look like. And then he showed me this big buff dude with like grapevines like around his head, and he's like, boom, bam, like flexing his muscles. He's like, this is what I look like. It's great.
Yeah, I looked up a picture, and it's a gold statue of exactly what she just explained. And he's like, oh my God, that's exactly it. And I was like, yeah, because he told me to pick that one.
Yeah, he's like, I look like a Greek goddess. You know how you talk about your fiance looking like a Greek goddess?
It's me.
It's actually me. It was great. And then they were talking about, somebody made a comment in our Patreon chat when we were doing the live for it. And they piped up and said, well, can you ask Dionysus why I don't like wine? And he's like, you're ungrateful, that's why. And you have bad taste. He's like, all wine is great. I don't understand why you don't like it. It's just because you're what is it? Like not a brat, but like a brat. It was so funny. He was sassy as shit.
So, is he the god of wine?
Yes.
So, you know how Apolaki is
I think he's the wine
god?
of like the god of wine and partying.
Interesting.
Hence why Amethyst exists.
But like, who does he work for? You know what I'm saying? Who's the big guy?
Probably some sort of nature spirit. Or some sort of human spirit. Because if he does parties too. Is there a DJ god?
Well, I'm talking about Apolaki works for
The sun.
the sun.
Well, Apolaki doesn't just work for the sun though too, because wasn't his dad an earth god?
Well, the sun is associated with the earth.
But the sun is separate from the earth. So it's like he's the baby of the sun and the earth.
Separation is an illusion.
But also it's a thing.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
He is associated with the earth. He is associated with his dad.
I'm associated.
I don't know what you mean.
With these nuts.
So he works for the sun.
A Tao.
But he's also the son of the earth god.
He's the son of the sun.
Your Tao.
Oh.
So, what does Dionysus? Who do? What do? What boss? Big boss.
I think Earth.
Got you.
He's like dumbing it down for me.
I know.
Okay. Because he literally like pointed and I heard ding like in a game show, and then he just showed me a picture of the Earth like when you see from like outer space. He's hilarious.
Yeah, because he shows me like channels of energy within the earth.
To grow things?
I don't know. Maybe. They look like roots, but they don't. Okay,
But they're golden.
Them. I'm hearing them. So the way I hear things, like if I hear your aura, it kind of appears to me like in Naruto, the chakra system going through someone, so the lines going through someone. And that's what it looks like. It looks like lines going through the earth.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think since this episode is super cool, we should do an episode where we just cover different deities and try to talk to them.
What do you mean? Isn't that what we're doing? You mean you want to do another episode?
Yeah, but this was like fueled from the fact that I was spiritually spanked and thought that deities wouldn't talk to us, but
you talked to deities the whole time we did this podcast?
Literally losing my mind.
So we're just going to do another podcast.
Yeah.
You want a part 2? Make sure you subscribe or follow or whatever you do for a podcast.
But I want you guys to let us know what deities you want us to research and then possibly talk to if they don't decide to show up.
If you know how to do that, because we're on podcasts and there's no comments.
You can go to metapsyckics.com. That's METAPSYCKICKS.
Oh gosh. It's in the show notes.
.com. And what? It's under the extras tab?
No.
Journal?
No.
Where is it?
Just contact us. I'm not dealing with that.
What?
If it's not a story, I don't want it there.
Ah.
If you want to give us your paranormal stories, you can go to the extras tab. But if you're telling us things about other things, fucking contact us, my bitch.
Don't call the listeners bitches.
Maybe they like being called bitches.
Homies.
It's like my bitches, my dudes, my
Potato chips.
Potato chips.
You're all
Brotato.
Emily didn't think that people would say tomato or tomato or potato, and she has now
Apparently,
been schooled.
In the UK, you guys say potato. The fuck is that shit? It's potato. Do you guys say soda too? What the fuck is a soda?
They also call cotton candy like fairy floss or something.
Well, why don't we call it that?
You're okay with fairy floss but not soda?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You guys want to tell us what deities you want us to research and possibly talk to?
Just email us.
Email us. Go to contact us. That's great. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, our website. Em just redid our website. Well, I did not.
I did it like 6 months ago, and Liv just looked at it. So that's how it's going for me.
Guys, it's really cute. You should check it out.
Oh my God.
All right.
Jesus Christ. You want to do the shout outs for your Patreon people?
I forgot. I have it. Wait, I did. Where's my phone?
It's not on there anymore. I don't know how to find it on there.
Dionysus, help me.
It's not on there. You're not listening.
Dionysus,
not on there. That's not the list.
What do you mean it's not the list?
There's only 6 right there. That's new patrons.
Give me a second.
It's not on there.
No!
You have to go on the website. So you should pause it, find it on the website, and then do it.
Are you being bossy?
I'm telling you, it's not on the Patreon app.
Are you being bossy? Is someone being bossy?
I'm just telling you, you're wasting your time.
Does someone need to talk to Dionysus?
I'll bitch.
And loosen up a little bit?
Is Dionysus talking through you?
No, I'm just being an ass.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I don't know how to do this.
God. So, since Liv has not paused it, you guys want to hear about our day? We're about to go to the paint store and paint Liv's house.
I'm going to paint you. All the colors of the wind.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, we can block users?
Oh my God. Relationships.
What do you mean relationships?
Oh, this line.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our relationship.
No. Those are your patrons.
All right. Allie, F, thank you. You are a sidekick. I hope you're on our, what is it, Discord server?
She is.
Great.
Mac is the sidekick.
Josie, sidekick.
Autumn, who's the cloud planer.
Ooh, she's hanging out with Zarath. That's fun. We have Bianca. Thank you, Bianca. We got Victoria L.
Okay, I don't think that was their name. I think that's their last name. Jenny, who's a harmonic forest.
Thank you, Laurel.
Brianna, harmonic forest.
Antia.
Bradley, who's a towel.
He's never going to hear it. I love it. Sandy A. Thank you so much for being a part of the harmonic forest.
Christina.
You never do this. And she still hasn't told us how to pronounce her name.
Sucks to suck.
Ms. Kerr, thank you so much for being a part of the Akasha Kessel with Rosaline.
Sushi Fushi.
Sushi, we sent your box to you.
Also, how is Dionysus?
How's that? Yo, what's up? We figured out that you have an actual name.
An actual name.
An actual,
instead of a metaphorical name.
Birth name. And we're just telling you right now.
It's not acceptable.
It's unacceptable. You will forever be named or known as Sushi. Continuing.
Katie from the Cloud Plane.
Charles, what is up, my dude? Thank you so much.
Jen from Infinite Domain.
Holly, what's up? Thank you so much from the Cloud Plane.
Krista from the Cloud Plane.
Hey, Flo, what is up from the Cloud Plane?
Abby from the Harmonic Forest.
Ibby, are you still listening? I don't think you are.
Oh,
You better text me if you listen to this. Okay.
Mikael Blake.
Balake?
Mikael?
Mikael Balake?
How do you pronounce that?
Mikale. Balake.
He will also never hear this.
Thank you all to our wonderful patrons. Guys, if you don't know what our Patreon is all about, it's awesome. With the lowest tier as a sidekick, you get to, well, it's not even the lowest tier. It's probably it's the OG tier. If you want to be a part of the OG tier, you get access to our Meta PsycKicks Discord server and other super cool exclusive things. If you don't know what our Discord server is, it is basically a friends group chat about all things metaphysical, spiritual, and awesome. So if you want something cool like that, you should join our Patreon. If you want even cooler stuff, check out the other tiers because you get more exclusive, cool bonus things, and you get to talk to us.
It'll be linked in the show notes, my dude.
It's great. Until next time. What are we doing next time? Our listener stories?
Listener stories!
Volume 2.
If you guys want to get in on that, link is also in the bio to give us your paranormal stories.
Metaphysical, spiritual. Don't swear. There's children.
Fuck.
Thank you guys. We are your Meta PsycKicks.
Bitches.
It's potato.